process and methodology of PRA. Participatory rural appraisal tools have become foundational to planning watershed development in village across India, especially as they bring local knowledge, priorities, and community involvement to the forefront. When planning a watershed in a rural Indian village, a series of PRA tools are often employed in sequence to build understanding, trust, and actionable insight. The process generally begins with a social map, where villagers collectively draw the layout of their settlement using chalk, sticks, and colored powders on the ground. This visual representation includes home, wells, schools, road, and temples, and helps identify socio-economic conditions, population clusters, and the distribution of resources. Uh, it also becomes an important ice-breaking event that encourages broad participation. Following this, a resource map is created to highlight natural and physical features of the landscape, such as streams, hills, cultivated land, fallow plots, forests, grazing lands, and existing water conservation structures. This helps the community and planners visualize the spatial distribution of resources and identify potential intervention areas within the watershed. A transect walk is then undertaken where villagers and facilitators walk together across the village landscape along a fixed route, observing terrain changes, soil types, erosion patterns, water availability, and land use. During this process, informal discussions reveal insights about local farming practices, water scarcity, and environmental challenges that static mapping may overlook. To understand the seasonal variation and stress periods in agriculture, water, and employment, a seasonal calendar is developed. Using local markers, villagers chart months against various activities such as sowing, harvesting, rainfall, migration, and disease prevalence. This helps align watershed planning with the real time need of the village and identify optimal times for construction, plantation, or training activities. Another critical tool is the Venn diagram, used to map institutions and relationships within the community. Circles of different sizes and positions are drawn to indicate the presence, influence, and trustworthiness of government departments, NGOs, banks, SHGs, and local leaders. This helps identify potential allies and gap in service delivery relevant to the watershed program. The use of timeline and a trend analysis offers insights into how resource use, cropping patterns, rainfall, or forest cover have changed over time. Elderly villagers often contribute the most here, drawing on their memory to recount major floods, droughts, or shifts in land use. This longitudinal perspective informs planners about the root causes of degradation and communities' adaptive responses. Finally, problem ranking and solution matrix tools are applied where participants list the challenges they face, such as water scarcity, soil erosion, or crop failure, and rank them by importance. Then they evaluate possible solutions based on criteria like cost, feasibility, labor, and sustainability. The collective prioritization ensures that interventions are locally relevant and widely accepted. Together, these PRA tools transform the watershed planning process from a top down technical exercise into a deeply participatory, context sensitive endeavor. They build ownership among villagers, draw upon indigenous knowledge, and ensure that the final watershed plan reflects both environmental realities and human aspirations. Thank you.